So we've been given a function, f of x equals x to the fifth power minus 3, and we are asked to find f to the negative 1 of x. Now remember that f negative 1 of x is notation only, and it means find the inverse. That's what that means. And there's a process that we go through algebraically to find an inverse. First thing we do is we write our function, f of x equals x to the fifth power minus 3, and we replace f of x with y. So now we have y equals x to the fifth power, subtract 3. Next, because we're dealing with an inverse, and remember that this is a characteristic of inverses, that their x's and y's are opposite each other. So we're going to replace the y. We're going to swap these out. The y will become the x, and the x becomes the y. I'm just replacing my variables. And now I'm going to solve this equation for y. To do that, I add 3 to both sides. And we know that raising something to a power, like raising something to the second power, is undone by taking the square root. Well, if you have x raised to a fifth power, to undo that, you take the fifth root. So the fifth root of x to the fifth will give us x. So since we've got y to the fifth power, we take the fifth root of both sides. So that means something times itself 5 times would give us x plus 3. And the fifth root of y to the fifth gives us y. And now we replace our y with the notation that we use for inverses, so that our f inverse of x equals the fifth root of x plus 3.